One of the questions we're asked is, what type of insurance do I need and how much do I need? Well, that changes for everyone. So it's really important to meet with your insurance agent to find out what type of coverage do I need for my vehicle? What type of coverage do I need for my home? How much do I need? One of the challenges that come up is someone will go to one insurance company and they'll get a bid on how much their coverage will cost them. And then they'll go to another agent at another company and get the same thing. And then they compare the two to purchase the one that's the least expensive. There's a challenge with that. The challenge is these agents will give you the minimum amount of coverage that you need. They'll alleviate coverages that maybe the other person didn't quote so that they can give you a lower rate. And that all works to your detriment. There are several types of coverages that you need. One is Oklahoma requires that you have a minimum of $25,000, $50,000. What that means is if you're the responsible person in an accident, there is a total of $50,000 available to compensate anyone in the other vehicle with a maximum of $25,000 per person. So if you have two people, that's $25,000 each. If you have 5 people, well, it may be $10,000 each, but no one person can receive more than $25,000. How do you protect yourself? There are other coverages that are available that you should talk to your insurance agent about and also fully understand. In Oklahoma, we have what's called underinsured or uninsured. And what that means is if you're in an accident and someone does not have insurance that caused the accident or does not have enough insurance, you then go under your policy. You know, stats show us that anywhere from 20 to 30% of the people driving on the road do not have coverage, which means if you're hit by them, your car's not getting fixed, you're not getting the medical treatment you need, you're not getting lost wages, you're not getting pain and suffering. That's what UM or underinsured is for. The other challenge is if it's a serious accident and they have the minimum policy coverage, you could have $100,000 in medical bills and you get $25,000. It doesn't even cover your medical bills. That's where uninsured and underinsured come in. You can then take the money from your own insurance company that will then compensate you for what's happened. Many people say, well, won't that drive my insurance up? Typically, it does not, because you're not at fault. Somebody else is. When talking about insurance and types of coverages, I got a cheat sheet so I can make sure I hit them all for you. The first one, like we were talking about, is liability coverage. It covers the person that you hit. That's all. It doesn't cover you and your vehicle. It doesn't cover your vehicle or any of the occupants of your vehicle. Property damage liability. That's the coverage that you buy so that if you hit someone else's car, there's money there to pay to repair that car. Medical payments. You know, back when I first started practicing, medical payments were really, really important because you could go get medical care. If you didn't have insurance, you couldn't find a doctor to carry the bill. This would help you through that. Today, there are a lot of services out there where doctors will put a lien on your file, which then allows you to get the medical treatment that you need so that you can move forward. And once you resolve your case, we'll work that out with whoever you receive medical care from. Uninsured, underinsured, extremely important. That is what you're paying for to protect you and the people in your vehicle. Because if there's not enough coverage or there's no coverage by the person that caused the accident, you either get nothing or very little. So it's really the only coverage that's there for you. Now, Oklahoma, several years ago, was dealing with the fact that there were a lot of accidents and not enough coverage. When it comes to uninsured and underinsured insurance, one of the challenges is agents seem not to want to sell it. Now, there could be a number of reasons. One, some agents get bonuses off of the amount of money they earn for the company. So the more money paid out in claims, the smaller or less likely that they get a bonus. Also, insurance companies, in my opinion, don't like selling the coverage, because if there's a really serious accident, then they've got to pay out a lot of money rather than maybe the $25,000, which is all that's available. Uninsured and underinsured coverage is the only thing that covers you and the other occupants of your car. It also covers family members that are in other people's cars, your car, on a bicycle, running down the street. Anytime a vehicle is involved in an injury, if you have uninsured and underinsured, it is probably going to apply. As you can see, it provides a lot of coverage to your family outside of them actually being in a car and in an accident. Why is it important? We get cases and calls all the time where there's either no insurance or the client hires us and there's not enough insurance to go around. Recently I met with an attorney. He was telling me one of the challenges he was facing was he had 3 cases that were car accidents that resulted in death. On one of the cases, he got $25,000. On the other 2, he got 0 for his clients. And the reason was the clients did not have uninsured and underinsured coverage. Our Oklahoma government realized insurance agents weren't selling uninsured and underinsured coverage. So our legislators passed a bill that said the law now in Oklahoma is your insurance agent has to offer you uninsured and underinsured. So what the agents typically do is they'll say, hey, by the way, we have uninsured and underinsured coverage. You don't need that because the other person will have coverage. They're required to. So I just need you to sign this piece of paper saying that I told you it was available and you're declining to take it. So if the legislators thought it was important enough that you be given that opportunity, it's important enough that you understand what that means. And typically, agents don't explain to you that it really may be the only coverage available. One of the other coverages available is comprehensive coverage, and it's important to have. The reason it's important is if your vehicle is damaged by hail, a falling tree, a tornado, anything outside of an accident, you then have coverage to replace your vehicle or repair your vehicle. Check with your agent and see the cost. I will tell you it's not that much. Collision coverage. That's the coverage that you have on your vehicle if it's involved in an accident, whether it's your fault or someone else's. You can make a claim on your own policy and have your insurance repair the car. Some people say, well, if the other person has insurance, why do I want to do that? Many times, if you'll deal with your own insurance company, you have a deductible, but you get the vehicle fixed the way you want, when you want, and you get your car back a lot quicker. Why is that? In Oklahoma, you can sue an insurance company for breach of contract, and the damages you can receive are what they should have paid and didn't pay. But Oklahoma, realizing that insurance companies are in a much better position when it comes to what your coverage is, when it comes to how they handle your claim, passed a law that said your insurance company must treat you in good faith. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that the insurance company has to follow the letter of the law in the contract that you have. You have to follow the letter of the law in the contract. But if an insurance company fails to treat you in good faith, which we refer to as bad faith, then the insurance company can be on the hook for all your other damages. So if they delay paying your claim, they don't pay you or offer you what you should receive, they drag it out. There are many things that can end up in insurance bad faith. The question we're asked is, does my insurance cover someone else driving my vehicle? It can, under two situations. The first one is if they live in the home or a family member, or second, if you've loaned them the vehicle. One of the things to remember is that if your car has exclusions, it says certain individuals or no individuals can drive your car, then your insurance doesn't apply. The other thing is if you didn't give someone permission to drive your vehicle and they drive your vehicle, your insurance does not apply. One of the things I did to prepare to talk about insurance was I pulled one of our insurance bills. And what I realized was we currently have $250,000 in coverage with $500,000 maximum. In that coverage, we have the bodily injury that covers the person in the other vehicle. That's $122 every 6 months. We have property damage where if we damage someone else's vehicle, that's $71 every 6 months. We have medical payments of $5,000 so that us or the people in the other vehicle can get their medical bills paid for up to $5,000. That's $38 every 6 months. We have uninsured motorist. That's $124 every 6 months. We have comprehensive for our vehicle. The deductible on that is $1,000 and it costs us $94 every 6 months. We have collision in case our vehicle is damaged in some other action other than in a car wreck. That's $151 every 6 months. As a result of what we purchase, we get car rental for free. So the total for 6 months is $724 that protects my family and any family that we are responsible for in an accident.